Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be recommending some of my favorite lip base shades and or formulas, and also pairing them with a lip combination. I do have a mixture of matte and glossy finishes. Starting off first, we have a matte base and a glossy finish. This is Peripera's Pink Beige Nude and Rosy Wish in their Ink Mood Glowy collection. Some of the bases that are kind of similar: shade 11 from Peripera's Over Blur Tint, 13 Cooling Up, and then Freeze Without. Pink Beige Nude is the most warm tone, and then the rest are cool toned. All four of these shades do have a similar lightness to them, so they do work as base colors. Pink Beige Nude is definitely more of a warm tone shade, whereas the other three are a little bit more cool tone. With shades like Rosy Wish, I do prefer it when it's not as oxidized, so a nice base color is also a good option to prevent it from oxidizing, as four of these do have a very nice formula. They all have a different function to them, so it's a little bit difficult to say which one is my favorite. The Ink Velvet is very creamy, adds a very nice moisturizing base, also creates a very beautiful gradient. For Peripera's Over Blur Tint, it does blur the wrinkles of your lips. It's also lightweight as well, very easy to blend and blur, so it's going to create a very nice canvas before applying Rosy Wish on top. Similar to the Over Blur Tint, for Roman's Blur Fudge Tint Cooling Up, it does blur the wrinkles of your lips. It's a little bit more thick, a little bit more velvety as well. And then for Freeze, it does blur the wrinkles of your lips. Very fluffy and lightweight. So I think these base colors pair pretty well with Rosy Wish, which is a little bit more of a mauve color. These base colors and their formulas do work well with glossy finishes like Rosy Wish, but they also work well for matte finishes, and I've applied it with Comfy Balm from AIU's Fluffy Matte Balm. Next up is Con Rosy and Bare Grape. I'm using Con Rosy as a base and then applying Bare Grape on top. The main reason why I pair these two is to keep the color long lasting. Peripera's Ink Velvet does have a very long lasting stain. For Bare Grape, it is a glossy version, but I find that it does lose its stain over time within a few hours. So pairing these two, or any kind of shade, matte and a glossy version of each other that are similar, does give a long-lasting stain. Really good for color control as well. Next up, we have Roman's Bare Water Tint in Bare Vanilla and Clio's Crystal Glam Tint in Chocolate Frog. Both of these are labeled as glossy finishes, but for Roman's Water Bare Tint, it is semi-matte, semi-glossy, because it is more of a watery formula, so it is going to dry a little bit matte on your lips. If you want a nice gradient or something to kind of be like a backup for a stain, I do recommend this formula. Roman's Bare Water Tint is a really good formula to use as a base color, whether it's a light or dark shade. This is kind of like a lip stain. I do like to pair this with other lip products, glossy or matte, just because it does have a pretty good stain. This doesn't oxidize as much, so it is really easy to control the color. Next up, we have two glossy finishes. We have Bare Maroon and Nutty Vague. I'm using a darker glossy color as a base, so that is Bare Maroon, which is sort of this beautiful pink brown color, and then I'm adding Nutty Vague on top, and it's sort of this like sheer caramel pink color. The purpose of these two pairing is for the gloss effect. I do recommend their Lasting Color Gloss, which gives this lifter gloss type of effect, so it's going to fill in the wrinkles of your lips to maximize the glossy finish. It's a sheer, so it is going to add a little bit of warmth and muteness to Bare Maroon, but it's not too overpowering for this formula. Moving into our warm tone matte base colors, I have Peripera's Over Blur 12 at the bottom, 1, and then Warming Up. And on this side, I have a lip pencil from Clio. This is Peach Beige. A slight difference in their color, but they do apply quite light on the lips, perfect for a lip base color. And then on this side, I paired it with a brown shade. This is Hip Chocolate from Cologram. The first pairing is Peach Beige. I've already tried the other formulas, so I'm applying Peach Beige from Clio's Velvet Lip Pencil Collection to show you the finish and color of it. And this is one of my favorite lip pencil formulas because it's so creamy. It glides so well onto the lips. It's not drying. It also has a pretty nice stain for a lip liner. And then I'm pairing it with Hip Chocolate, sort of like this peachy pink color, and then I'm pairing it with a darker brown color. Very beautiful MLBB brown type of finish to it. Last but not least, I saved my current favorite lip combination for the end. This is Etude Soft Fixing Tint 12 Caramel Mew and their Fixing Tint in Melange Rose. Caramel Mew is a very versatile color, especially for a natural beige skin tone, because you can use it as a base color but also just by itself. So I've been using this color a lot, but one of my favorite combinations is using it as a base and then adding a coral peach color in the center to add a little natural pop of color, because it can be a little bit mute, but for this formula it is quite moisturizing, easy to blend and blur. It's kind of a mixture of Peripera's Overblur tint and their Ink Velvet, semi-creamy, semi-velvety. Doesn't feel too overwhelming, and they do have really good shades in this collection, so definitely do check it out. Overall, if you're looking for base colors, like light base colors, I do recommend these three formulas: Etude Soft Fixing Tint, Roman's Blur Fudge Tint, and Peripera's Overblur Tint. These three formulas do have light shades, specifically base color shades. If you're looking for a lip stain as a base, I do recommend these two formulas: Etude's Fixing Tint or Roman's Bare Water Tint, because these two, they do dry a little bit more matte, almost like a lip stain. So that pretty much wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.